Don't blink. Don't even blink. Blink and you're dead. They are fast, faster than you could believe. Don't turn your back. Don't look away, and don't blink. Good luck.
Hey everyone, it's Riz, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be talking about ghosts and apparitions and things that aren't what they seem. So today's going to be another little story time. I guess the difference is this takes place in a much darker place than it was the last time. So this place that we're going to be talking about is called Museum Taman Prasasti, and this is in Jakarta. We went here, me and a few of my friends, back when we were studying for our photography degree, before we all moved to different parts of the world. I think it's really important to establish the history of this place before we get on to things. So the Museum Taman Prasasti, or the Museum of Memorial Stone Park, was built in 1795 by the Dutch colonials as a final resting place for Dutch noblemen. Among its famous residents were Olivia Raffles, who was the first wife of the British Governor-General Thomas Stamford Raffles, and the Chinese-Indonesian activist Su Hok-gi. It is believed to be the oldest cemetery of its kind in Jakarta, and also considered one of the oldest cemeteries in the world. Before the arrival of the noblemen, however, it is believed that the cemetery was first built to accommodate the rising number of deaths in the city due to outbreak of diseases, which left other cemeteries in the area full. The cemetery officially opened its doors on the 28th of September 1797, although some of the deceased had been buried there as early as 1795. In 1975, the cemetery was officially closed to make way for the new Central Jakarta Mayor's office, and during this time, at the request of the government, many relatives of the deceased decided to move their graves, while the remaining graves were relocated to Tanah Kusir Cemetery in the south of Jakarta. However, many of the tombstones, statues, and sculptures were badly damaged during the construction of the office, and as a result, only 32 of these original tombstones remain in their original positions. And out of 4,200 of them, only about 1,300 were kept. The cemetery was officially inaugurated as Taman Prasasti Museum on the 9th of July 1977 by then Governor of Jakarta, Ali Sadikin. Among the museum's collections are replicas of 17th century hearse, as well as the original coffins of the first President and Vice President Sukarno and Hatta. And with such a rich history of the place, also came stories of the paranormal variety. Many have reported sightings of a young Dutch woman in a white dress standing near one of the grand tombstones, while on the other side of the museum, a wall with the Freemason symbol carved onto it can be found. Others have also reported smelling the scent of flowers, but not just any flowers, flowers that are typical to those used in funerals and placed on gravestones. And the fact that the museum itself is lined just with rows after rows of angel statues and sculptures only adds to the haunting mood of the site. So what happened was, on our way there, we were just, in the car. One of my friends was driving, and we were just joking around about the place, like, oh, have you been here before? And of course we were like telling each other stories about like all the supposedly haunted things that happened there. And so, basically we walked in there with this set of preconceived notion about that place. We proceeded to walk into the cemetery, and just with our cameras in our hands, working on our compositions and just essentially capturing the eeriness of the grounds. And it was eerie, despite it being about 2 o'clock in the afternoon with like full sun shining. At around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we decided to call it a day, and packed up our stuff and we left. And on our way back to college, we were again joking around about, oh, what photos did you get? Did you capture this? How did you work your camera to get that? It was basically some one of those technical talks that was going on, but also we were just there, just joking around about, oh, did you catch anything paranormal on your camera? And we're like, no, I don't think we actually captured anything. And because despite the place being eerie and all, to us at the time, it was a bit of kind of an anti-climax, because we didn't see anything on our cameras that are like out of the ordinary.
Day 2.
So the next day we were in class and we had to present our photographs to the class for crit. So our tutor was sitting there giving us critique on our work, and our tutor had actually mentioned how much she was impressed by the different styles of our work. So then eventually it was my turn to present my work. So I'm naturally influenced by the supernatural and other dark themes, and what I'd attempted to do was to, invoke this idea of fearing inanimate objects. And this was actually largely influenced by the Doctor Who episode Blink. And if you haven't seen that episode, I highly recommend it. And it is basically where these stone angels would kill people with the blink of an eye. And I guess, still with the this preconceived notion of the museum being haunted, when I presented my work and everyone looked at my photographs, the class just erupted. I mean, they freaked out. And I didn't understand what was going on, because everyone was like, oh my god, what did you catch? And I was like, huh? Like, basically, the class was convinced that I had captured an apparition behind a large sculpture of an angel. And, I was like, just, like I said, I didn't understand what was happening. So, obviously, I was just like, are you serious? Oh my god, did I catch something? I did! A few seconds later, when we came to our senses, I looked back at the picture and I noticed something, and this apparition that I had allegedly captured in my photograph was nothing more than a white painted pillar in the background that was partially covered by a piece of leaf from a nearby tree, and it had seemingly taken the form of a person in a white robe with its head tilted to its side. It was a fucking pillar. Now, I guess in a way I couldn't really blame the class for freaking out. I mean, in addition to, trying to capture that Doctor Who moment, it probably didn't help with my heavy use of the cool filter on my camera, and followed by the color correcting on Photoshop. That probably didn't help the idea at all. So in the end, it was an interesting experience to have gone to a location that was both beautiful and dark, and just learning how these pre-existing thoughts about that particular location affected not just the way we composed our style of work, but also how they influence the outcome of that work. Also, not to mention, almost 7 years later, it still makes a funny story. Whenever me and my friends would meet up, and we don't meet up very often because we live in different parts of the world and we're busy as fuck, and whenever we do meet up, we're like, do you remember that time I almost caught something in a picture? And they were like, that apparition picture? Yeah, it's, it still makes us laugh to this day, just when we look back on how freaked out we were over something just because of that one tiny idea that was planted in our head about, oh, something might be haunted, there might be something there. But, you know, I guess nothing is what it seems. So, all in all, it was like a great experience, great fun, and a great story to tell. So there you guys have it. I hope you enjoyed that story, and remember, the next time you're at a cemetery, don't look at the angels, don't blink. Blink when you're dead. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.